TrackTheHarvest.com main event as the pack trucks and the skid steer work down in turns 3 and 4. The pack trucks off to the infield. You see the Lakeside Speedway pace truck there on the right in front of the Seaburg Mufflers sign of the scoreboard on the back straightaway. We'll give you the lineup like this. Starting tonight on the DirtOnDirt.com pole, the Al Humphrey Racing number 6, it'll be Brad Looney. Looney's outside out of Griswold, Iowa, the 4W of J.C. Wyman. Back into row number 2, your third place starter out of Crane, Missouri, the 1V of Will Vaught. Vaught's outside from Springfield, Missouri, the 75 of Terry Phillips. Billings, Missouri is home to your 5th place starter on the inside of row number 3 in the 00, Jesse Stovall. The Stovall's outside. He hails from Birch Tree, Missouri, the 77A of Justin Asplin. Back into row number 4 from Nevada, Missouri, the 4 of Brantley Gottschall. His outside, completing that 4th row from St. Charles, Missouri, over in the St. Louis area, the 17 of Jim Sherrick. Lake Elmo, Minnesota's Brent Larson will start 9th on the inside of row 5 to his outside, completing the top 10. Out of Manhattan, Kansas, the 18 of Chase Youngins. Your 11th place starter from Norfolk, Nebraska, Tad Pospisil in the 04. And Pospisil's outside to be Tony Jackson Jr. out of Lebanon, Missouri in the 56. Jackson, the 2013 series champion. Starting 13th out of Henderson, Colorado in the number 99, it is Scott Lewis. To Lewis is outside. Will be West Plains, Missouri driver Josh Hughes in the 17, row 8. From Texarkana, Texas, the 5 of John Mitchell to his outside. From Cosgrove, Iowa, Dave Eckrich in car 58. Starting 17th on the inside of row number 9, the 186 of Jeremy Payne to JP's outside. It'll be local driver out of Grandview, the 16 of Austin Siebert. Your 19th place starter on the inside of row 10, Jason Papich in the 91P. Roy to Papich's outside out of Wheatland, Oklahoma, the 5 of Randy Timms. Row 11 on the inside, starting 21st, the 10 of Jacob McGee. And McGee's outside, it'll be the 10 of Gary Billings. Billings from Prairie View, Kansas. Kurt Aker in the 63 scheduled to roll on the tailback, and Aker not making the call. Race fans, everybody get up on your feet right behind the Lakeside Speedway pace truck. Here for the 4-wide salute, your field for the Clyde Ellis Memorial. With tonight's 40-lap Clyde Ellis Memorial main event. Drivers taking an extra lap or two here as they just rolled in the, just packed down rather, the top side of the racetrack and worked in the middle of the turn. So want to make sure the racetrack good and solid all around before we turn everybody loose to go green flag racing here tonight. Scraping the walls in turns 1 and 2 as well as in 3 and 4. Kudos to the track safety crew, also Baker's Recovery and Tow. They do such a great job here. You do see one-time pure stock standout out of Fort Scott, Kansas, driving the E3 Meat Company, number 13, Eric Atwood, down at the low side of turn 4. His home track, the Nevada International Super Speedway. So good to see Eric Atwood down manning the chalk line and all the duties down there in turn 4. Caution lights are out. Brad Looney will start tonight's race from the DirtOnDirt.com pole. J.C. Wyman to his outside. Here we go with the running of the 2016 Clyde Ellis Memorial here in Kansas City. Looney will lead the field off turn number 2, down the back straightaway. J.C. Wyman in the 4. He'll go door to door with Looney here on the opening lap. Wyman looking to have a great start here to this main event. He'll jump out of the lead. J.C. Wyman will lead lap number 1. Looney runs in second. Phillips is third. Vaught runs fourth. Jesse Stovall fifth. Here comes Will Vaught. Now he'll look to the inside of Terry Phillips. That race is on for the 3rd spot. They're red and black race cars. Race for 3rd and 4th. Vaught down low. Phillips right up against the wall. Wyman out front. Looney in second. Vaught 3rd. EP runs 4th and Stovall is 5th. 6th place will be the 4. Brantley Gottschall. 7th is Chase Youngins. Brad Looney now pulling to the back of Will Vaught. Vaught has worked his way up into that 2nd spot. Vaught driving a rocket chassis. Will, a one-time winner here at the Lakeside Speedway with the MLRA, driving the right asphalt products of Kaiser Manufacturing 1B. Phillips will now jump up into that 2nd spot. TP's gone to 2nd. Phillips, the winningest driver here in the MLRA competition at Lakeside. He's won several times and is modified as well. 75 to 1, door to door for 2nd. TP back into that 2nd spot. Wyman off turn number 2. The team out of Griswold, Iowa. Boy, a long way to go, but this could be potentially a huge night as the E3 Spark Plugs banner goes to the ground in the infield. Gary Billings Jr. causing the second banner casualty here of the evening. Wyman out front, Phillips in second, Vaught third. Fourth place. Now the 18 of Chase Youngins. Here comes Chase Youngins. He started 10th, he's up to 4th. Only 5 laps into this main event. Give a call to the 18. He's out of Manhattan, Kansas. Works closely with Shane Clanton, a regular on the World of Outlaws Tour. Wyman, Phillips, Vaught, your top 3. Youngins is 4th. 5th place now the 4, Brantley Gottschall. Just about a lap or so away from the back of the lead lap here for your leaders. Wyman and Phillips quickly approaching lap traffic. TP now to the inside of JC Wyman. Business picking up over turn number 2. Wyman now about a 3-car length advantage. The 10 of Jacob McGee and the 17 of Josh Hughes will be first to go a lap down to your lead race cars. Wyman will go to the outside of McGee. Kind of a unique position for JC Wyman. We'll see how he deals with lap traffic. He's not led a lot with the Lucas Oil MLRA. Boy, his race car on a rail here this evening. Wyman, Phillips, Youngins now to 3rd. Wilbott's pushed back to 4th. Top side the dominant way around here for their lead pack. Your front 4 cars trying to get around lap traffic. Wyman has put Josh Hughes down a lap. Phillips will roll to the outside. Youngins around the 10 of McGee. Vaught goes around McGee as well. So your top 2 cars have a little bit of room to breathe in front of them. Here comes Phillips back to the inside of Wyman. TP looked like he gave a half-hearted effort on the slide job that time through turns 1 and 2. Still a lot of racing left. TP will know when to pick his spots that a little early. Wyman and Phillips, 1 and 2, 3rd place. Here comes TP, giving a shot again. The track, a little bit of a character spot up in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Wyman hit it just right, knocked his car out of whack just a little bit. Phillips gains some ground. Now Wyman back on the pump into 1 and 2 again. So a little bit of a rough spot there getting into turn 1 could make for a few interesting moments as this race progresses. Coming to the line this time, they'll complete lap 14. 2-lap cars dead ahead of the 4 of Wyman. TP right there all over the back of the 4. JC Wyman will take a minute up on the top side to get around the 5 attempts of B1 of Larson. Larson will shut the door on Phillips. Phillips nowhere to go. Lap cars were too wide. JC Wyman will pick up some ground on the 75 of Phillips. Larson took the line away from Phillips last time by, so TP's got some work to do. 3rd and 4th, good racing as well. For Brantley Gottschall up in smoke. The 1 of Brent Larson, the B1 off the pace. Larson will pull to the infield. The 4 of Gottschall does as well, so it looks like Gottschall got the car killed, but a huge puff of smoke out the back of the number 4. We're near the halfway point in this one. Wyman works off turn 4. He has about a straightaway before he has to encounter any more lap traffic. What a run by the 4 of JC Wyman here tonight. Wyman, Phillips, Youngins, Will Vaught, and Tony Jackson Jr., your top 5 race cars. Here comes Chase Youngins now. Keep your eyes, Jacob pulls off the racetrack off of turn 2. Keep your eyes on the race for second. Phillips down to 3 and 4. Yes, for those of you watching this online on racingdirt.com or dirtondirt.com, a light pole is out in turn 3, so a little bit of a dark spot over entering turn number 3. Jeremy Payne off the pace in the 186. Wyman, Phillips, Youngins your top three. Phillips now has caught the 4 of Wyman again, as Wyman not able to get around the 58 of Dave Eckrich. Eckrich in the preferred line. JP off the pace, pulled to the infield. His night is done. We're just past the halfway point. Wyman, Phillips, Youngins. Your top three. Vaughn is fourth, and Tony Jackson Jr. still rounds out your top 5. Back up front, 3 cars. In extremely close quarters, they'll put a little distance between them down the back straightaway. Wyman now in front of the 58 of Eckrich. TP will have to get around the 58 as well. Chase Youngins there, a couple of car lengths back of the 75. Phillips will aim his black diamond right to the low side as he exits out and gets wide off of turn number 2. TP holding on to that second spot still. Chase Youngins looks like he has a lot left in the tank. We'll see what he has for the 75 and the 4. One more lap car. The 5 of John Mitchell. Dead ahead of the 4 of Wyman, and he'll have a little room to breathe if he's able to get around him. Wyman, Phillips, the 18 of Youngins. The further this race goes on, the harder it will be to lap race cars. The faster they get for the quickly approaching J.C. Wyman. What a huge night this would be for the J.D. Wyman Motorsports. Wyman's Car Quest Clean Car Center race team. They made a car change over the offseason. They moved to black diamond race cars. J.D. Wyman builds the power. J.C. sits behind the wheel. They've had many a night with the Lucas Oil MLRA. They've taken it squarely on the chin. What a big night it could be for the 4 car. The 18 of Youngins now has moved it into second. Phillips is third. Lawton Jackson still 4th and 5th. That a close race back into turn number 3, but we'll keep our eyes up front. Chase Youngins going to work right on the low side. When they hit the line this time, there will be 10 laps to go. They're running this time on lap number 30. We've completed 29 circuits. Siebert off the pace. We'll try to run this one green to checkered. Wyman, Phillips. Wyman, Youngins, Phillips, beg your pardon. Pospisil in the 04, he is slowed. Lap cars dropping like flies for the 4 of J.C. Wyman. He now holds a straightaway between himself and the next car trying to put a lap down. We'll see if he even gets there. It'll be the 6 of Brad Looney, their DirtOnDirt.com pole sitter. Wyman, Youngins, Phillips. Your top 3. J.C. Wyman rolled from the outside pole. Chase Younghans started back in 10th. Phillips rolled from the outside of the second row. Here in the late stages of this one. Chase Younghans, a winner with the World of Outlaws Late Model Series. He ran 1 full season with the Lucas Oil MLRA. Has yet to crack Andy's Frozen Custard Victory Lane. J.C. Wyman has never won a series race either. Phillips has won 111 of them. But this one, in the late stages, looks to be a 2-car breakaway. Youngins will now plant his capital right up on the top side. He'll diamond off turn number 4. The 4 out of Iowa, the 18 out of Kansas. Chase Youngins now goes to the low side. The 18 and the 4 locked up in a duel. Youngins now through the bottom side of 3 and 4. Wyman stays glued right up on the top side of the racetrack. Lap after lap, good execution for the 4 of Wyman. car. It's the 6 of Brad Looney, the 58 of Dave Eckridge, and Chase Youngins is there. We'll see if Youngins tries a slide job. He will try to put it on him this time off turn number 2. Wyman will carry the momentum off the top side of the speedway to the back stretch, now to 3 and 4. Just a couple trips left for the 4 of Wyman. We'll see if Youngins has anything left. He's able to go back to work. Brad Looney running the line that J.C. Wyman wants to run, that he will want to run through turns 3 and 4. Off turn 4, the white flag coming out for Griswold, Iowa's J.C. Wyman. He'll go to the top side, just as he's done the previous 39 trips around the speedway. Back stretch here for the last time. In through turns 3 and 4. Going to Andy's Frozen Custard victory lane for the first time in his career. J.C. Wyman wins the Clyde Ellis Memorial. Chase Youngins finishes second and TP runs third. We'll make our way down to Andy's Frozen Custard victory lane and talk to your top 3 finishers.
I think I could really use a cold beer, but
that'll come.
I don't even know how to put it in words. That was a long race, a little rough. Thought I was gonna hit the wall about 40 times, but thought I was doing good. My guys had room, and then all of a sudden I seen a nose, and then his sticks closed together, and I thought, oh boy, I better not screw up, and I did the best I could, I guess.
Track had a few character spots. The one that looked like it gave you the most fits, tell me if I'm wrong, entering turn 1 right up here on the top side. How did you get through that and manage to get the car underneath you?
I don't know. Entering both corners was tough. It kept dragging the cross member entering, and I just had a heck of a time getting in. But I think I started going in a little above him and maybe a little sideways, and somehow it stuck, and I don't know, here I am.
Man, you guys have had a lot of tough nights out on the road with this tour. The perseverance to stick it out. I mean, what can you say for your guys, for your equipment, morale? You log a lot of miles to do this and
keep doing it. I mean, everybody I race against, all the other drivers, other crew members, it's just fun. And we have there's ups and downs, and this year's been a lot of downs. We've had a lot of bad nights, but overall, it's been a fun journey. So we're gonna keep plugging ahead and maybe get a couple more of these before it's over.
I'm sure you got a lot of experience lapping cars when you're racing locally, but to do it in this level and to keep your nose clean, it's been a while. Not something you've done really any of since you've been out on the road. Just take me back through some of the challenges there, and if you ever thought it might not happen and it might slip away.
I thought it was going to slip away. I'm usually the car getting lapped, so it's a little different, but the car was pretty well flawless. Even when I could go through the bottom and lap and get those cars and just slide through and pick up the throttle, and it just stuck, and away we went. I mean, I don't know what happened or what we did or what we found, but it seemed to work.
Well, we've got a casino about 5 miles down the road, and they'll serve beer till the wee hours of the morning, so go get you some, bud.
I plan on it.
J.C. Wyman and Andy's Frozen Custard victory lane. And probably had those yellows you didn't want to come out. What would you have given for one there late?
I mean, he was really good. I just couldn't get through the holes as good as he could, but, I tried all I could. This is the first time I raced this thing in a month, and damn, I'm out of shape. I'm winded, but it was definitely fun to get a good run. We haven't had the best of the year, so hats off to him, and we'll try again tomorrow night.
How good did you feel like your car was? I mean, to come from 10th all the way up to 2nd and challenge JC there with 3 or 4 to go for the lead and the win.
Yeah, I mean, car was, I couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, I think we could have been a little bit better through the rough and stuff, but I was actually just biding my time. I kept on looking down the backstretch, and I'd count off laps, and about lap 36, I started getting after it, and it seems like on this stuff, the harder you drive, then you'll mess up even worse, but we'll take second.
Man, wish we could have got that one in 2 weeks ago. Glad to see you back here and have such a good run, and we'll be back at it here in about a month.
Appreciate it.
All right, Chase Youngins, tonight's second-place finisher. Terry Phillips, you had a good one. You had a good race car. J.C. Wyman out front. I know congratulations in order for him. You've been in his situation a lot, so to run third tonight, pretty good night for you.
Yeah, not too bad. Congratulations to them guys. They did a heck of a job. Got caught sleeping there a little bit. Well, really about sleeping. Looked like Kung Fu Theater inside the car, but I got my glasses knocked off my face. He was in there sideways twice, but no excuses. These guys was better than me, so it wasn't a bad run. Do better next time.
Everybody seems kind of worn out tonight. How physically demanding was it out here?
Oh, it's tough. No cautions, and as fast as this place is, hell, it's kind of fun though.
You've always loved this place, haven't you?
Oh, I always will.
Yeah. Terry Phillips, tonight's third-place finisher. Congratulations. Heading to Wheatland tomorrow night to race in honor of his late father. I know it'll be a big night for everybody with the Terry Phillips clan. Congratulations to the top three finishers and J.C. Wyman down in Andy's Frozen Custard Victory Lane.